guys, it's nice to be here live from Kandy on Facebook Live. We've been here in Sri Lanka for just under 2 weeks now. We spent most of that time in Colombo. It's been a great lead-in preparation. We were able to play a 2-day game amongst ourselves and with the national performance squad that came over, our academy, with some good, very talented young kids coming through. So it was a great preparation. We were able to play a 3-day game against the Sri Lankan board 11, I think it was. That was a great game. I thought Stephen O'Keefe was outstanding to take 10 wickets there and score 80 not out, and a lot of our batters spent some time in the middle. I guess for us, traditionally in these conditions, we haven't done overly well over the last couple of years, so it's a great opportunity to turn that around. It's going to take a lot of hard work. The guys have put that in over the last couple of weeks and we're almost ready to go. I guess after that we had a trip up to Kandy up here. It was a 3.5-hour bus trip. Most of the guys spent that watching movies or different things on their iPads or phones. I spent it listening to music and trying to sleep most of the way. It was quite difficult at times with the windy roads, but at the same time it was a great trip up here. Yesterday we had a day off. I spent that most of the day in my room. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you would have seen that I watched the movie Rudy, one of my all-time favourite movies, a true story, a truly inspirational story about Rudy Rudiger making his way to Notre Dame to play football, and you know it's a bit of a tearjerker. So yeah, it was a great film and a great way to spend my day off. Today we've got our first training session here in Kandy, so it's a good opportunity to see what we're likely to expect in a couple of days' time. But it's great to be here in Kandy and Sri Lanka. It's a great part of the world to come to. The people here are so passionate about their cricket, and hopefully we get some good crowds here over the first test match and the rest of the games that we play here as well. So it's great to be here, and I'll sign off with that, and I'll speak to you in in just over a week's time after the first test. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me here on Facebook Live on Melbourne Cup Day here in Australia, the race that stops a nation. We had a little sweep today amongst the team. I had a sign who didn't run very well, unfortunately. The staff members took out 1, 2 and 3, with the coach winning, our strength and conditioning coming second, and our massage therapist and logistics, Grant Baldwin, coming third. So the staff did very well in the sweep, which was unfortunate for all the players. I also had a horse running today in the last race at Randwick, Hogmanay. The jockey didn't come to the outside at probably the right point, and he got home very well, so it was a little bit disappointing to end the race 4th, but hopefully we'll see a win come in the preparation soon. Also talking about test prep for us and what we usually do leading into a series, a very important series. We usually have 3 days of cricket prep, so yesterday, 3 days out from a game, is an individual session, we call it. So generally an individual session, we have a little bit of a field at the start, have a bit of running, play a couple of games, have a bit of fun, and then guys do what they want to do, what they feel they need to do to prepare as well as they can for the test match coming up in 3 days' time. So for me, I had a pretty long bat yesterday. I think I batted for about 90 minutes, so it was nice to get used to the whacker wickets, where there's a little bit more pace and bounce than what I guess we're used to in the eastern states. So that took a little bit of time getting used to. I didn't feel like I batted very well yesterday, so that's okay. That's quite often how things work 3 days out for me. Today is our main session. So 2 days out from the game, we have our main session where it's bat versus ball. And you know, our bowlers steam in and bowl as fast as they can, and the batters generally take the bowlers on. So it's a tough session. Today I felt like I batted really well, so I got used to the pace and the bounce. You know, I'm doing all the things I need to do well at the whacker. That's leaving well. You can sort of leave a lot on length at the whacker with the extra bounce. So, you know, I'm waiting for the right balls to hit, and it was a good session today as the main session. And then going on with the prep tomorrow, it's an optional session, so a lot of the bowlers won't come down to that session. They want that day to rest and recover and make sure they're fresh and ready to go for that first day of a test match. For me as a batter, I like to hit a lot of balls, so even the day before a game I like to go out there and hit as many balls as I can and make sure I'm getting myself in a good frame of mind and that I'm hitting the ball well at the end of my session, so that come the first ball of the game and whenever I'm required to bat, I'm ready to go out and hopefully score a big one and put Australia in a good position. So that's our test prep. We'll follow on. I'm going to talk a little bit about my bats. I've just got a few bats sent from New Balance and I'm extremely excited to use them this summer. They're the best bats I've received off them for a long time. They're beautiful and I can't wait to use them this summer. I guess the things I look for in a bat, I want a nice thick edge. I don't want them carved out too much. I guess the back, they're sort of scalloped. I want it quite full on the back, and I still want it quite light. So I use a bat around 2.8, 2.8.5 or thereabouts, and I like the bat nice and light. So when I play my cross bat shots, I'm able to hit the ball well. Other guys like David Warner and some of the other guys, they use quite heavy bats. So they use around 211 and 212, for instance, and those ones are a little bit too heavy for me, and I find that I can't play my cross bat shots the same way that I'd like to. So that's a pretty important part of my game, so I make sure that my bats are light enough to play those shots and hopefully score a lot of runs with them. I guess following it from that, it's going to be a great summer of cricket for us. We've got some quality opposition to play against. Obviously South Africa starting here in a couple of days' time. 3 test matches in Perth, Hobart and Adelaide, and then obviously Pakistan in the other 3 tests at Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney. So these are 2 teams that are playing some very good cricket. We're really excited about the challenges that face us this summer. I think the group's in a really good place. We're forming a great culture. All the guys get on really well, and we all play for one another in a really close group. So we're excited about playing together for one another this summer and hopefully getting some wins in a couple of series for Australia. We're all really excited about that and can't wait. So thanks for joining me on Facebook Live, and hopefully I'll be back to talk to you all soon. G'day guys, nice to join you here again on Facebook Live, live from here in Colombo. It's obviously been a disappointing last couple of weeks for us. The test series didn't go to plan, but I thought we played some really good cricket in the first one day the other night, and it was a great fight back to win that game there and go 1-0 up in the best of 5 series. So we've got another game tomorrow. It'll be nice to go 2-0 and only have one more to win to get the series, but it's looking to be another great series. As I said, I'll answer a few of your questions. So I've written a few down here. I've got them come up on my Facebook page. So I'll start off from Cam Long. What's the most challenging aspect of being the Australian cricket captain? And look, it's a great question. It's it's a very tough job. It takes a lot of time. It's a great role to be in, and I'm honoured to be in the role. I work with a terrific bunch of guys that try and improve and get better every day, and it's a great role to be in. So it's very busy, lots of work behind the scenes, and obviously it can be tough out in the middle sometimes as well, but it's a role I'm enjoying, and hopefully I can continue improving at it as well. Sanya Kamal, if you weren't a cricketer, what would you like to be? If I wasn't a cricketer, I'd love to be a tennis player. I played quite a bit as a kid, up until I was about 16 years of age, and I think Roger Federer is my favourite athlete of all time, as probably a lot of you know. I've said that quite a few times, but if I wasn't a cricket player, I'd love to have been a tennis player. Neelanj Nigam, does IPL play a prominent role while adjusting to these conditions? Yeah, I think they do. I think a lot of the wickets don't spin quite as much as some of the ones we've experienced over here, but a lot of the training wickets that we play on and prepare on, they do have quite a lot in them, so it's it's a great learning curve to face a lot of the net bowlers and bowlers from your own team to try and adjust to different conditions. It's something we haven't done so well over here as batters, adjusting to the conditions and adapting. So yeah, I think IPL does play a great role in playing in foreign conditions and getting better at playing in those conditions. Matt Flanagan, are you going to keep in touch with Pedroia and the Red Sox? Look, it was great to visit Boston and throw the first pitch at the Red Sox home game and do some batting practice with Dustin Pedroia, the Red Sox second baseman. So look, I haven't really kept in touch with him or the results since. I'd like to get back into it. I really enjoy watching my baseball when I do get an opportunity. So yeah, I'm going to try and follow the Red Sox as much as I can, and Dustin. He was a great guy, and we had a great couple of hours there at Fenway Park. Dean Lloyd, what percentage of your time would you dedicate to cricket outside of training and playing matches, planning for different series, and how do you manage your downtime away from being in the spotlight and the pressure of being the Australian captain? Look, you know, we always look forward and try and plan as much as we can for future tours or what's coming up. So obviously it's a big summer for us coming up with Pakistan and South Africa in the Test series. Pakistan now gone to #1 in the world on top of us in India, and it's going to be a big challenge for us facing them this summer. We're really looking forward to those challenges. So I guess your question, we do look ahead as much as we can to prepare as much as we can for what's coming up in the future. In regards to my downtime, you know, I like to go to the gym. I like to watch TV series, you know, and relax as much as I can. Ash Batty, no question but a request. We need more tons from you in the ODIs. Don't throw your wicket away after you score 50. Yeah, I'd like to score a few more hundreds. That would be nice, but the wickets have been pretty tough. The first wicket the other day was tough, and you know, it took a pretty good catch to get me out in the end. So yeah, look, I'd love to score a few more hundreds, but as long as my team's winning and we're doing well, then that's the most important thing. But hopefully a big score in the game tomorrow. One simple question from Ashok Pockrell. What do you eat, bro? Slamming runs every day ain't that easy. Look, I think for me, breakfast is my most important meal of the day. When I'm at home, I try and eat Weet-Bix as much as I can if I'm having cereal. I love my Weet-Bix. I do 4 to 6, as many as I can, I guess. And when I don't want Weet-Bix, I try and, if I want something a little bit different, I love acai bowls and poached eggs on toast with smashed avocado. So I like to mix it up as much as I can, but my #1 in the morning would be breakfast. Would be Weet-Bix for sure. Januka Akalenka, what do you think about Harat's bowling attack after he got you out 5 times in the last series? Look, I'm just happy he's not playing in this one-day series, to be perfectly honest with you. It's been a very tough Test series for us. Got out 5 times to Rangana Harath, as you said, and look, he's a terrific bowler in these conditions. He's always attacking your stumps, he mixes his pace up, he bowls on different parts of the crease, so in these conditions he's very challenging. So it's nice to have him not around in the one-day series, and hopefully I'll be able to score a few more runs. Last question, Nishi Baradwaj. Sorry if I've got these names wrong at all, by the way. The question is, who inspired you to play cricket, and who was your first coach? Well, I guess the people that inspired me to play, my favourite players to watch growing up would have to be Mark Waugh and Michael Slater. So I guess they got me into the game. And in regards to my first coach, my old man, my dad was my first coach. He used to take me to the nets every day after school, and we try and work on as many things as we can to get better as a cricketer, and he's a big reason for where I've got to right now. So I've got to say thanks to my old man. So So that's my last question. Again, thanks for writing in your questions. I'll try and answer as many as I can, and I'll continue to do this over the next period of time. And thanks for everything you've done, and hopefully we can have a win tomorrow and go 2-0 up in the series. Thanks, guys.